Hey Calvin, there's a new Lightspeed bundle for Chewbacca. Welcome back to the class, everyone. And just like that, we got some more positive news, or at least positive news for the majority. Recently, in a data mine, we found an image of what appears to be a Lightspeed bundle for Chewbacca. And while we don't have all the nitty-gritty details and what the overall value of that pack is going to look like, I think there are some things we might want to talk about. So over to my left-hand corner here, you will see the image that, again, was data mined. So it would lead us to believe that we're getting this Lightspeed bundle. And as you all know, to get Chewbacca as a legendary character, he requires bounty hunters. Now, there are quite a few bounty hunters, and we'll do a little bit of speculation on this before we move to the really big piece here. But I obviously do not think we will be getting all of them in the Lightspeed bundle. Number one, most of them don't come with this amount of characters, and then on top of that, we just have some really special characters in here that CG isn't typically just handing out in packs, specifically being Jabba the Hutt, as well as Boba Fett, Scion of Django. I think they're also probably going to be restricting Boushh as well as Chrysanthemum, because those are really just tied to Jabba. Very few people were actually using them to unlock our good friend Chewbacca. And while you don't need the other 10, they were all present at the time of Chewbacca, except I think with the exception of Embo, but he was released very shortly after. I believe Jango Fett was released like a week before. So for the vast majority of the part, you should be able to get those. And I really don't think any of those characters are specifically off limits. In fact, I believe half of them already appeared in a Lightspeed bundle for the First Order as well as the Radish Fleet, because Bosk and Cat are both required for actually a lot of the bounty hunters are required for the Finalizer Fleet. But at any rate, in the maybe category, we probably have Mando, Greef, and Fennec, and I don't think they need to do them because they're obviously not needed to be able to unlock Chewbacca. But at the same time, they did do Mando and Greef for BAM, so it's not like that they're super new characters that are completely off limits. They could do them if they wanted to. I just don't think they would based off of what they've done before. But it's a maybe. It could happen. And then, yeah, obviously the 4 characters we talked about, I don't think they'll be in there. But this piece of speculation as to what might be coming into it, I'm going to leave the rest of this for a future video when we actually have the hard details and we can actually run the numbers, whether it's going to be Relic 3, whether it's going to be Relic 5, whether it's going to be the entire green part, whether there's going to be some yellow. Maybe Cad Bane will get left out. Who knows? They left Ewok Scout off of the Ewok one for some random reason. But really what I want to talk about, and you probably already noticed it from the thumbnail, is the fact that last year in October is when we got the Rey Lightspeed bundle. And as you all know now, we are in October, about to be in November. And if they were ever wanting to make it to a point where they could release more Galactic Legends within the Lightspeed bundle, they would really have to space it out a lot, because we only get about 1 Galactic Legend per year. Meaning if they were eventually wanting to get the Galactic Legends onto a cadence for Lightspeed bundles, and they wanted to make it sustainable and they weren't dumb about it, they would only be releasing 1 a year. So Rey and SLKR are both kind of out of the way. The next obvious one, both because of Chewbacca and just because of release date, it's Jedi Master Luke. And it's been over a year. And then to remind everyone, when Rey and the SLKR packs came out, it wasn't just one singular pack. What they did was they took Rey and said, hey, if you buy this one pack, we'll give you most of the requirements for Rey. But if you buy this other pack, we'll give you all the requirements that you need for JTR, who is also required and really just can't be given out straight away in a pack. You would have to get her requirements and then go and earn her. The same was also true for BB-8 as well as the capital ship. So basically what I'm building up to is, for Rey as a Galactic Legend, when they wanted to release her, they didn't just release that one pack. They released packs so that you could not only get what was needed for her, but for all the legendaries that are required for her. And holy crap, JML has some legendaries that are required for him. In fact, he has legendaries that have legendaries that have legendaries that are required for them. Giant Luke, CLS into R2. Like, it's crazy how kind of deep it goes. So, but one of these characters is actually Chewbacca. So I don't know if this is some big like path that they're going to be doing, that they're going to be building out, where we're going to have a Chewbacca Lightspeed bundle, And for the people who can get that, they can get him. And then like a week or two later, we'll get a 3PO Lightspeed bundle where we'll be getting the Ewoks again. I think we actually already have gotten that one because of when they went into loop and gas and everything like that. And then maybe we'll get another one that will require, or the pack for Raid Jedi Training to be back in the game. Then CLS and R2. So there's, I don't know. Complete, utter speculation. I have obviously no insider information into this, but it just seems like those two very specific things. A, the fact that it's been about a year since the last group of Galactic Legends were released, and the fact that he has crossover with Jedi Master Luke, it seems a bit suspicious. So only time will tell. Only time will tell what the requirements will be, and I'm sure we will be making a video when they actually do release the requirements that are going to be given for Chewbacca, and then we can run all the fancy fun numbers on it. But I will say, if they do go this route, the Lightspeed bundle for JML, it's going to be rather expensive. And I'm not just saying because they're going to put it at a really high price, but because if they're going to have to spread them out, and I guess this, this would be for a newer player. This wouldn't necessarily be for someone who was already halfway there. But if they're going to spread it out between all these legendaries, it adds up fast. Like, we start from the bottom here. We have Jedi Trainer Rey, which also has BB-8 essentially tied into it. 3PO, Jedi Knight Luke, which would have CLS looped into it as well as R2, which I guess is right below there anyways. Han Solo, not a legendary. Chewbacca, that's another legendary. And then Han's Millennium Falcon is also required for Jedi Knight Luke, so that would be another one that would be required. More fleet, but still is a legendary nonetheless. And I believe, yeah, I think that ends up being it. That's a lot of legendaries. That's essentially 8 individual packs as far as legendaries go. And then on the back end, you would still have to release at least one for Jedi Master Luke to kind of cover the rest of it, ultimately being 9 packs. So even if they were wanting to shell them out for super cheap at like $10, which they probably won't, they're probably a myriad of prices between all of them. I mean, you're looking at probably like $100 minimum. So, I mean, it's going to be a Lightspeed. If it happens, it would be a Lightspeed bundle, but at any rate, at any time, if Jedi Master Luke were to become in Lightspeed bundle form, it's going to be a more expensive endeavor than the vast majority. Although, again, we've looked at these before, and even the worst Lightspeed bundles have some pretty good value. So that's our rampant speculation on that, what the requirements are going to be, where it could lead, and what that would look like. Thanks for watching. Tell me what you think as always, and stay awesome.